antennas, because we need Wifey, obviously. Or, well, we need Wifey, but I meant to say Wi-Fi. How can these... Alright. This can go into deep storage, aka the floor. Wi-Fi. Keep saying Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. Alright. Switches. 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 Alright. This one is going to be connected to this, but I don't need to do that tonight. The only task tonight is to make some notes. So this is the top plate. Yes. And then this one needs a recess for the amplifier. All I basically need to know are the dimensions for that. Sounds easy enough. So I want to have this one dead center. Of course I do. I don't want the screw holes to show. That's good. Fuck. Alright, so I want this one to be dead center there. And that is dead center enough, isn't it? And then alright, now we know. Okay, now we know the width of that. That wasn't long enough. Using this. Alright. 160 millimeters on that, and it needs to be offset by, and of course, .33 millimeters. Of course, every bone in my body screams 34, but no. Okay. So we know this one's going in here, and it's going... yeah. The depth, we want this one to be flush. And, of course, the cutout should be 70. Yup. Alright, so we now know that this is 70. And the thickness is still 15. Alright, that's a cutout for that one. This one we cut out manually. Alright, so we want access to the recorders from the top plate. So we need to have a recess for that. And of course the recess, or the hole actually, is going to have a cover plate as well. It's going to be in this design. which looks good, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be another day at the CNC. Well, I can live with that, I guess. Now the trick is, I want to, of course you can take the recorders out this way and then tune them and then put them back in again. But these are just held in place by gravity. So I need a plate that pushes on top of them. And of course I don't want to take the top plate off, but there should be just a cover you can lift off here. And of course that needs to be accessible. Alright. I also want to make a recess for this switch, or to be honest I want two of this. And I want them on top here. One is going to be for the Hellcorder and one is going to be for the amplifier. Of course I can switch the amplifier on by its original switch to the back, but I mean, two red glowing switches on the top. I'm just doing that for the aesthetics. And of course it's more accessible on the front. And then you have the input for the guitar there, but the question is, do I want a separate input here in case interference from the circuitry on the amp really doesn't work? Yes. Yes. And then this can be a guitar in, this can be a guitar out, and you can just hardwire that in there in case you need to. To be honest, I should wire it up and test it before I mount it, but I mean, if it works, then of course I would have wasted time testing it. And if it doesn't work, then I still need to fix it. Oh, fuck. Alright, so if we have 500 there, it ends there. Then you have the control for the amplifier there, and you should have a recess there. That would be awesome. And that's going to be direct over there. And somewhere here, oh yeah, it's over there. It's the plug for the mains power. Yeah. So that's the plan. Design that, go to bed, have the CNC do the work tomorrow, and then spend tomorrow evening assembling everything. That's going to be fun. That's going to be soldering, heat shrinking, cutting cables. Oh yeah. And then, hopefully, you can press a button and things happen. I can't guarantee what will happen, but something, hopefully, other than a puff of smoke. Then again, that would be content, I guess. Noise. Alright. Good night. Alright, new day, new possibilities. What I've done today basically is to glue in some brackets. And they'll look very rudimentary because they are. At this point I don't care how things look here on the back because it's going to be redesigned at some point anyway. But instead of mounting the amplifier onto the top plate, it can now sit there and I can put 4 screws in, which means I can take the top lid off without, well, having to remove that. And of course, speaking about the top plate, I cut a recess, or a hole as it's also called, to access the recorders from the top. I also made a recess here for the power switches. Now where did I leave that? Where did I leave that? Crap. I can see the switches. Oh, there it is. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to screw this onto the back basically. And here I can have the power switches and input for the guitars, output whatever. And then of course I cut the recess for the amplifier. And I made a boo-boo. Now, I don't want to cut this again. So I'm gonna find a clever way of fixing that. It's a design feature now. So yeah. But the nice thing is, I made this. It's gonna go here. It's a mild press fit, so it doesn't go anywhere, but I like it. It matches everything else. So we put it on like this. And then this top panel actually matches the front panels. And you can access the amplifier, and then of course you can turn it on off and on. So yeah, we're getting very close to wiring all of this up. The problem is, that's going to be a tight fit, which is going to make a pain in the ass trying to film that. So yeah, that's going to be the next video. And that might be a short one. And then there's going to be a longer one trying to make everything work. If that's even an option. I mean, it's an option, but if it's a possibility, that's something completely different. So yeah, I'm pleased. So let's paint some brackets and put some screws in. Oh yeah. That's not gonna go anywhere, is it? By the time I'm finished with it, I need to touch up all the edges, I guess, but this should be enough for now. This one slides in, and that's a nice thing. I don't even have to remove the top plate. I can just slide this in and out all willy-nilly. Why doesn't... oh. Alright, come on, you crappy piece of... Alright. This actually means that all I have to do is to reconnect the wires from this one to the speaker, and this will actually work as traditional guitar amplifier as is. Now there is one thing. This has become one heavy customer. And I haven't fitted all the parts yet. All right. Let's take this one off. And this one. Let's fix the switch panel. And then at some point I need to tidy up my workshop. Alright, let's move you guys over here so you can see something happening, hopefully. Alright, let's do the cleanup tomorrow. Alright, there it is. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, that's one. Turns out great. Yes. Okay, there's one switch. There's the other. Look at that. All right. Hellcorder and the amplifier. Then it's going to be guitar input, guitar output, or no, pedal connection, MIDI input, MIDI output. I mean, I do have that at the rear, but look at that puppy. Alright, need to put that. Nice. Oh yes, look at that.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time.
So yeah, that was it. I just need to drill some holes here for the foot switch and the MIDI input and the guitar input. And of course fix my little mistake up here, but maybe I'll just leave it. It's humbling. I mean, anyone who's doing anyone who's using a CNC has a lot of these on your conscience. You think you got all spot on, but then you press play and oops, nope. But yeah. Of course I need to make the part that keeps the recorders in place, but that doesn't need to look pretty at all. I think I'll do that after I've got them to work, which is getting close. I said work, not sound great. But one can only hope. So yeah. This means that I have an entire evening or two ahead of me with just wiring electronics, and that's the best kind of therapy. And just knowing that that is ahead of me, I'm gonna sleep like a child tonight. Oh yeah. So, knowing that, I'm gonna call it a night. And don't do anything more. Just go to bed. Go to bed. Oh yes.
So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up, 'cause I don't deserve a thing, and the road ahead